Riviera Yachts is having a great success run with its 505 SUV, but customers wanted something smaller, say in the sub 50-foot range, but with the same amenities. So now we have the 465 SUV. Join me as I do a full features inspection. We'll start with the exterior features, beginning here in the cockpit that measures 13 feet 2 inches by 4 feet 1 inch. There's storage all around, including space for an aft transom seat. Storage right over here is occupied a lot by the shower hose. That could be a more elegant solution. More storage to both sides. And then looking ahead, underneath the hatch, an electric grill and sink. Underneath is storage, including a trash receptacle. Over to the opposite side, ice maker, and then a chill box. Additional storage is in the deck. There's additional protection from the optional extended overhead 7 feet 4 inches off the main deck. To both sides of the transom, there are gates that let us walk out to the swim platform, making this, in effect, a walk-around transom. Platform's hydraulically actuated and comes out 5 feet 3 inches from the transom. One thing I like about this is if we should get any stern squats, say if you're operating in shallow water, it lifts up to give you more clearance. There's a convenient Razor LED light shining onto the cockpit area, and now 2 steps up brings us to this mezzanine area where we have another comfortable gathering area. Starts over on the port side with bench seating, pedestal table that's expandable. I like how the beverage holders are always remaining accessible, and we have a grab handle when the table is in the closed position. Movable ottoman adds to the comfort level, and then over to the starboard side we have another bench seat, and this one converts into a berth. There's storage underneath this portside bench seat. To the sides, we have glass and then isinglass quarter panels. We can add isinglass all the way to the back, and we can also add a mesh area so we have protection while we're getting fresh air. And to add to the fresh air, 2 overhead hatches can be electrically opened. Also happy to see a grab handle running the length of the overhead. Now, obviously we have an opening window here that combines the inside with the outside. Easy enough to close this off, and when it is closed off, we can bring down a shade to give us a little privacy at night. But I like having it opened up. No need to hold on to it. 2 gas assist struts bring it up against the overhead, and now we have a seamless transition between the 2 areas, and makes a great serving area as well between this mezzanine area and the galley, which is located aft and over to the starboard side. The U-shaped galley features refrigeration, plenty of storage, microwave, 2-burner electric stove, sink, plenty of open counter space. Not so much a raised fiddle, but a recessed area to contain any spills, things like that. And it's not likely we're going to be cooking while underway, but we certainly could because we have fiddles for the stove. Trash receptacle in the corner. Material-wise, all Corian, high gloss, walnut, just excellent joinery all the way around, and I like that there are rounded corners instead of hard edges, so if we hit it in the seaway, it's still comfortable. The overhead grab rail that we saw in the mezzanine area continues on the interior, and over on the port-hand side there's a bit of an extension of the galley with storage, usable counter space, more storage, and refrigeration. Now there's electric switching throughout the boat, all controlled by C-zone panels conveniently located throughout the boat. One in the salon, there's another at the helm. There are also manual switches like we see right here, but I'd like to see them labeled. Over to the port-hand side, U-shaped seating, wrapping around a pedestal table, beautifully finished pedestal table. It's also expandable. We can collapse it to provide a little bit more room. All of this is on a platform 10 inches off of the main deck. Natural light coming in from everywhere, especially these side windows and the forward windshields. And if we want to increase the ventilation that we've got coming in from this open aft door and open window, we can open 2 side windows and the massive sunroof overhead. Fully forward, there's a 42-inch TV on an electric lift. Now directly across is the helm, which we'll cover in another video, but this seat, I'd like to see it be able to swivel, and then there's a drawer underneath we could pull out to make into a footrest, and that would allow you to join the crowd over at the seating here. Now, let's check out the accommodations. This companionway, 25 inches wide, 4 steps with 10-inch risers. Now on this boat, the master is fully forward. Well, headroom as we enter, 6 feet 4 inches leaves 3 feet 3 inches over the berth that measures 74 inches by 61 inches. It's accessible from both sides with a small step on each side. Hull side windows provide natural light along with 2 overhead hatches. Beautiful mirror up front is reflecting more of that natural light. I like to see that there's storage above the windows. That's something that a lot of manufacturers just don't seem to take advantage of, but Riviera has done a nice job of it. More beautiful gloss finished walnut trimming this little storage shelf on both sides of the berth. There are switches underneath, again, no labels, and USB charging capability to both sides. Hanging locker to both sides, and then flat screen TV to the aft bulkhead. Additional storage is under the berth in the form of drawers, and we can also lift the berth to access even more storage. Now lastly, we have access to the private ensuite. This features a vessel sink, another hull side window, a mirrored cabinet just above, storage below the sink, Korean counter, there's a separate walk-in shower, and an electric flush toilet. An overhead hatch provides natural light and ventilation. I have to say, I'm really impressed all through this boat with the Riviera fit and finish. The doors just close so easily, nice upholstery on all the bulkheads. Look at the beautiful walnut wood trim on this door and all matching grains. Really nice work. Now let's take a look at our next stateroom. Well, right at the entrance, there's 7 feet 1 inch. We drop down, and then you can see the overhead drops down to 4 feet 3 inches. So mind your head when you go to stand if you're in this berth area. Each of the double berths measure 76 inches by 31 inches, and they're separated by 13 inches. Hull side window provides plenty of natural light, and we've got storage just ahead. Now just across, there's access to the shared head, which we'll get into in just a moment. Just behind, there's a sliding pocket door giving us access to the VIP stateroom. Now with this stateroom, we've still got the 7 foot 1 inch high headroom that drops down only to 5 feet 11 inches. So there's still walking headroom around 2 sides of the berth, which measures 78 inches by 61 inches. Just ahead, 24 inch flat screen TV, nice size hull side window giving us excellent views and natural light. We've got nice air conditioning in here, and just ahead, hanging storage and access to the shared head that we saw moments ago. This one is much the same as the master head. It also includes a walk-in shower, the vessel sink, window just above the sink, and an opening hatch just above for light and ventilation. At the bow, there's a lounge measuring 68 inches by 49 inches. There are 2 headpieces that will ratchet up into multiple positions. Beverage holders are to both sides, integrated into grab rails. What's missing up here is a remote control for the stereo, but seeing how everything is probably going to be played through Bluetooth on your smartphone, it can all be controlled from that. SUV stands for Sport Utility Vessel. That means it does everything: diving, swimming, fishing, cruising, extended days on the water, as well as overnights. It all comes together on the 465 SUV from Riviera Yachts. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.